people either talk about it a lot or don't talk about it at all, but the writing is on the wall. Now, it doesn't mean you're not going to be relevant, but there's a huge shift that has happened and is going to happen. I think that the marketplace that people are in now or have been in is relatively clear, but I think what you're really talking about is the marketplace that we know, that you don't know yet, that's around the corner is the issue.
That's definitely one of the issues.
I mean, because you look at media companies, you look at everyone, is they've already faced the fact that their marketplace just shifted, like way down the street over there.
Did.
And I believe architecture is in the same boat, honestly. I think we are very atypical because we're not actually in the marketplace. In fact, increasingly people ask, is what you guys do architecture? Or what do you do?
Yeah,
what do you think you do? For all sorts of factors, I think including the fact that we're a women-owned business, the normal avenues to getting mainstream corporate work are totally open to all sorts of people, but they're harder to get if you don't have a certain background. And so probably I wasn't as interested, bluntly, or able to take the wheat with the chaff with the wheat on that stuff. So I have spent many, many years trying to develop clients for what we think public benefit civic work should be.
Sure.
Those clients don't really exist. So the marketplace doesn't exist. The marketplace certainly got bigger with Bloomberg.
Yeah.
And over the last, so that's a
That
nice
was a good thing.
So I would say that our profile increased because, in fact, it became a market. It's now a market. It was, for many years, it wasn't a market. It's very difficult, I think, in terms of looking at the design fields. If we all don't know where the market is for shelter, ultimately for how real estate's going to be transacted, for the role of physical experiences in digital experiences, the role of architecture in the digital, then it's very hard to predict the marketplace. You basically have to do like what you're talking about, which is, what do I do now that I'm really into, and how do I get that to grow? Then you're hoping that you are more expert than anyone else at that. And therefore, there always will be a market for that work. Now, public works, very different than doing hotels.
Completely.
Very different than being tied to a marketplace.
Yep.
What is the marketplace for governments and the public? Until Bloomberg, this last administration, both, I'd say Chicago under Daley, mayors are the ones that have led. Some, in the past, it could have been, premiers, prime ministers. They do too. France is a good example. But political leadership usually is the one that decides there's a marketplace for design excellence. It takes that kind of stuff at the top. Otherwise, you're part of the foundational work, which we were in, just trying to say there's a room for it here.
Yeah.
It's very, it was not easy work. Working in the beginning on the idea of using recycled materials and all that stuff. That's the kind of stuff we were doing. It was not glamorous at the time. It was like, ew, why would you want to do that? But you have to do what you believe in. So that you're exactly right. So if you in the end go, I'm not going to do one more bad bathroom for someone super wealthy. I'm going to instead do kindergartens because I love them. That's exactly what you have to do as an architect. At a certain point, you have to just go, you know what? I have a vision and I'm passionate about it enough that I'm willing to invest my firm and my own time in building this market.